All right, we're out here in front of the shop today working on the Suburban. It's got a leak right here coming out of around this metal fitting on the radiator. So I got a new radiator for it. I'm gonna get ready and get the shroud off of it, get my bucket underneath and try to drain it out here just in case we miss anything. We don't make a mess in the shop because it's pretty clean in there now. So I got these 3 bolts out of the top. There's 2 more bolts on each side, one down there and then one in the middle, same on the passenger side. So we're gonna get hopefully that extension's long enough and we'll get those out of there. Try not to drop them in the grass. Got the top part out, that's the easy part. The bottom one, I believe there are 2 bolt holes. I think only one of them actually has a bolt in it because the clip was gone on the other side. So get those out and probably have to take the fan off just to get the shroud out of the hole. Okay, I got the bottom bolt out, and like I thought, the fan is in the way to get the shroud out. There's just a little more room, you could sneak it out, but you can't, so go get me a 12mm wrench, I think, and get those 4 bolts off, get the fan out, and then once the shroud's out of the way, we can get to the petcock because it's down here in this corner and they put it in such a way that you can't actually open the petcock without taking the shroud out. Good job, General Motors. All right, those are actually 13mm, in case anybody is wondering. So now I'll try to get those off and get going. All right, got the fan off. Didn't really record it very well because it's hard to get the camera down there. Used 2 wrenches, 1 wrench to hold 1 bolt while I kept that one to keep the pulley from spinning while I loosened up another one. Now that I can get to it, petcock is right there, so we'll get our bucket under there, try to catch everything we can, and once that's done draining, it's pretty easy. Just got 4 lines and 2 hoses, well 3 hoses to take off, and we'll get this old junker out of here. All right, it's draining. Most of it's going in the bucket, so we'll let that do that. And while we're doing that, we're unloading our new to us bin pack pipe bender to replace the old bin pack pipe bender that we have. This one's basically the same, just probably 20 years newer than the old one. So hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit more work, because this one we can use the swedging and the flange dies, because we couldn't do that on the other one because the cylinder was blown out, and this one still has all the dies on it. But we'll let that radiator drain out and we'll come back here in just a minute. All right, we're gonna get the oil lines off, hopefully, if my wrench is the right size. Open the top one first so it can drip on you while you do the bottom one. Well, yeah. Put those up there. Oh man, my pallet. working.
Pull off the pallet. You must have already loosened those up.
I did break these ones loose already. Gosh, those are stiff. Okay, those are out. I don't know how I got that hose clamp on the side of the hose. Wow, there wasn't even anything in it.
Cool.
Okay. And if we take the last two little bolts out, I left those in there so it doesn't wobble around while I'm working on it.
You got another back?
I think so. Straight out. And you can see right there where it's leaking around that metal fitting. Oh, and if you come inside, real nice. Full aluminum shiny guy to put in there.
Shiny guy.
All right, update. It's been a few days since the last part was filmed. The radiator is laying over here on the floor. I had to talk to the people that I got it from because the radiator neck was hitting the mount because it's supposed to mount right across here. They wanted me to have this cut off and moved over because the factory radiator, it's mounted right off this side so that there's enough room for the saddle mount to go over. So before they did that, they wanted me to check to make sure it didn't leak because I showed them these pictures of this these fins and they thought that was a big damage, which I wasn't too worried about. But whenever I laid it on the ground here to check it for leaks, I noticed that that side's flat on the ground and the whole core is warped. So long story short, they refunded me the money and I went ahead and ordered another radiator. So hopefully by the weekend we'll be able to get the Suburban going again, because as of now it's still just sitting in the yard. But we'll let you know. Okay, we're out here working on the Suburban again. It's been about a week since the last update. Got no name eBay radiator number 2 here. The radiator cap looks to be correct because it's welded on the outside of the tank instead of the inside. It came with adapters for all of the cooler lines, so I took those out because this is the ones that use those little spring clips to hold the lines in, and mine don't have that. So I'm gonna get the radiator set in here, see if it fits one, and then we'll see if all the lines go in. And if it does, hopefully we'll get this thing running today. All right, we got this thing in here. It's in there. I didn't have to, but I did grind just a little bit off of this mount to give a little more room, because this has this big billet cap on here. Well, it looks like a billet cover on a steel cap, but anyways, so now you can get that back on. easily. These here are bolted in. Now I've got the tranny lines started in here. I test fit the oil cooling lines, so they do work. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to get those put in, the oil lines put in, and then I'm going to start it, let it run for just a second, make sure after it builds oil pressure, make sure that none of this is leaking, so I know that the fittings are right, and then we'll go ahead and put the fan shroud on, the fan on, and finish her up. Okay, it was running. Didn't see any leaks on the tranny cooler or the oil cooler. So go ahead and get the fan shroud put back in and get the fan put on it. Put a nut on this so it doesn't fall into the new radiator.
That one we're all washed. Okay, it even fits in there.
Got the truck running, fan shroud and everything all installed. Gonna add some more water. It went down a little bit. Gonna go ahead and get the cooling system to burp a couple times, and then we'll call this thing good if it doesn't start puking antifreeze out everywhere. All right, truck got up to operating temperature. Thermostat opened. Everything looks good. I didn't see any leaks. So we're gonna let it sit for a minute, and then I'll come out and check the water again once it's not so hot. Top it off if necessary, and we'll assume that that part of the problem will be fixed. That's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let us know if you want to see more on the Suburban or the boats or whatever we want to see, and we'll see you next time.